Have a listen to these sentences. Can you tell me which ones have a gerund? I'm celebrating New Year's in a big way this year. I'm thinking of inviting 4 of my closest friends to a catered dinner at my house. Partying together at my place is the best idea. Hi, I'm Dora, and welcome to a new and exciting episode of Bite Size English, your daily bite of English. In today's episode, we'll be looking at gerunds, and along the way, you'll be learning how we celebrate New Year's here in Canada. If you have any requests for the new year, we'd love to hear them. Remember to click subscribe and replay our videos to review anything you need at any time. Did you find all the gerunds in those sentences? You know, I'm asking for those verb plus INGs, right? Did you say sentence B and C? If you did, then you're absolutely right. But could you explain why? In sentence B, the gerund is the word inviting, and in C, it's the word partying. And don't confuse the gerund with the present continuous. There's no auxiliary verb to be in front of the gerund. It stands by itself and should be treated like a noun. It's a thing you do, and it can be used as a subject or an object in a sentence. Let's review very quickly when we use gerunds. If you watched my episode on infinitives, the first rule we looked at was that certain verbs are followed by infinitives, and the same rule applies here. Certain verbs are followed by gerunds. Some of those verbs are appreciate, celebrate, enjoy, practice, suggest, and many more. And if you find a reference list of verbs followed by gerunds, you'll also find that certain verbs are followed by, wait for it, both the infinitive and the gerund. In fact, in my infinitives episode, I said, I like to eat all different foods. I could have said, I like eating all different foods, and the meaning would be the same. Listen for how we use the gerund. Canadians always appreciate receiving small tokens of thanks from their guests at these intimate New Year's parties. If you're invited to a New Year's house party, a nice bottle of wine is always welcome. When we celebrate, having a table with lots of food and drink is expected. We enjoy drinking champagne, of course, and you might want to practice singing Auld Lang Syne, a traditional New Year's song if you want to join in the fun and impress everyone. But even when you're offered alcohol, I suggest not drinking too much. A passed out guest is never in style. Immediately after a preposition, we use a gerund. Young people are always excited about going downtown, as most city centers across Canada have big parties with live music and fireworks. Year after year, people never get tired of partying in the cold with hundreds of other people. And if you are in a major Canadian city, you can depend on taking public transportation to and from the party because it's free on New Year's Eve. And of course, this means that we use gerunds after phrasal verbs. It's tradition for people to make New Year's resolutions at this time when they promise that they will give up smoking or take up exercising or never give up showing their appreciation to people they love. Then there are phrasal verbs that use to, and we follow it with a gerund as well. Although it's just one night, many people look forward to ringing in the new year here. We use gerunds after certain expressions. Can't help, can't stand, to be worth, and to be no use. You might think, oh, I can't stand being in a crowd, or it's not worth freezing in the cold. But not here in Canada. We embrace the cold. On New Year's Eve in Canada, when you see the crowds on the streets or in all the restaurants and bars, a sea of people all happy, you can't help cheering and feeling warm and excited about all the new experiences to come. Besides, who doesn't want to see Drake for free? Counting down the last seconds of the past year, toasting to the new one ahead, are all cultural practices that happen in big Canadian city parties and small house parties alike.